Silva says, guys, can you guys mentor me in apologetics against Islam so I can argue with my girlfriend's family? So apparently his girlfriend's family is Muslim. But Alan, that's kind of what we do in our videos, right? We're trying to mentor people a lot through our videos. But Christian Prince, if this guy wants to talk to his girlfriend's family about Islam and Christianity, what are the basic steps that you would recommend?
Well, first of all, I don't know why even he have a girlfriend. I mean, how this will end? You will marry, and then your family will be broken. You do not know the children will be Christians or Muslims or what. So I don't think this is a good idea. Always you have to marry from someone share the same target, the same belief. Otherwise, it's going to be a broken family.
Well, we don't actually know here. I mean, his girlfriend may be an ex-Muslim or something like that. He's asking about the family, or she may be Muslim. We don't know at this point. But if he wants to actually respond to her family using apologetics, what would you recommend?
Well, he can, he can watch your videos. He can get my books. I have many books on Amazon. He can watch my videos. They are for free. And, we do our best to teach. This is what we do. So watch our videos, learn from them, take reference, and make an argument. But before always you talk about, before you open your mouth and speak about a topic, you better educate yourself very well about it. Not only just learn 2 letters and go and say, hey, I heard this, because that will be not really a good idea. You have to get you don't claim to be a chef if you know only how to make salad. You have to know how to make many dishes. So you need to educate yourself very well before you open your mouth about a topic.
Mm-hmm. We have a question here. Why is the word Pharaoh used in the Quran as a proper name? It lacks the definite article, so it is the name of the Egyptian king from the era of Moses, not a title. Is that correct? Is that a problem?
Well, when the Quran says Pharaoh, and this is appear in more than 61 places, the Quran don't tell us who is Pharaoh, but it's talking about Pharaoh as a name, as this guy, his name is Pharaoh, which is wrong. Mm-hmm. Same time, there's many pharaohs. Which one? Mm-hmm. But the Quran, it's very famous about history mistakes. As an example, the Quran mentioned that Moses, he met with the Samiri, and I'm sure you are familiar with the story where Moses, the Samarian, they met with Moses and they spoke with him. So obviously the Quran is not a book of history, and it's mixed up. Mm-hmm. And they do not, Qarun, and suddenly Haman, suddenly Haman appear in the Quran as a minister for the Pharaoh. What Haman have to do with the Pharaoh? Moses and Aaron, they are the uncle of Mr. Jesus in the.
And this has come up previously. Sister Sunshine says, ask Christian Prince about the necrophilia question. So this has come up before, that we do have a story about Muhammad crawling down into a grave in a situation. If I'm being generous, then I would think that Muhammad just went and slept beside this woman. You're reading the sources, so tell us what this is about.
The story is saying that Muhammad, when this is about the woman, her name is Fatima bint Asad, and she is supposedly the mother of Ali. Mm-hmm. So when she died, Ali, he came to him and he was crying, and he was crying because simply his mother, she never believed in Muhammad. So Muhammad, he told Ali, don't worry, I'm going to do something. Muhammad, he went to the grave, and the women, she have nothing, because when the Arab before Islam, they have the same tradition. They make the person naked, and then they put them in the grave. They warp them with a sheet. There's no a coffin. It's a sheet. They put them in the grave, and then Muhammad, he took his clothes and he lay down with her in the grave. And why? According to Muhammad, the Arab who was watching, they said to him, whenever you came with something nobody did before you, why you are doing that? He says, because I want to make the pressure of the grave lighter on her. Now, the story doesn't say that Muhammad did anything wrong, but Muhammad, he took off his clothes and he lay down with a dead woman she's wearing nothing. And the excuse is to light the pressure on her grave. But this is contradiction for the Quran, because the Quran says you pray for them or you don't pray for them, Allah will not forgive them. They are kuffar. So how, if Muhammad he lay down in the grave, the pressure of the grave will be less? This is silly. So Muhammad here is either he is a mentally ill, you know, and you know, he wanna give himself like I can make even the one who go to hell suffer less even after he die, which is stupid to say, because you are just a prophet, you are not God. And the pressure of the grave, what does that mean? It's silly, stupid too. So I don't understand really why he did that, and I don't see it. It was really sexual, as it was like something crazy and stupid. You know, I wasn't there to say it was sexual. I can say it is something from somebody he have a mental illness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's so whether he had sex with her dead body or not, it's just weird. No matter what the situation is, it's just a weird thing.
Yeah, the Arab, they said that to him right away. They said to him, "You did something nobody did before you. What is that?" You know. Mm-hmm. So he explained to them that he is you know, he is trying to make the pressure of the grave less, and this is false. Isn't it Muhammad who says that he asked Allah for forgiveness for his mother, and Allah he reject? Mm-hmm. So if his mother he could not, you know, bring mercy for her, how about the mother of somebody else?
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Hope that answers the question, Sunshine. And CIN says, I have a question. Who's speaking in Surah 1933? So that's a famous verse of Jesus. So I guess they want you to talk about 1933. That's a famous verse because Jesus talks about the day he's raised to life. So I'll go ahead and read the verse, and then Christian Prince can comment on it. So this is Jesus speaking here. He says, "And peace on me on the day I was born, and on the day I die, and on the day I am raised to life." So why would that be an interesting verse?
You know, because here he says that peace on me when the day I'm born and the day I die. And you know, Muslims, they say that Jesus is still alive. Mm-hmm. So when that day of peace is going to be upon Jesus, according to Muhammad, he will come back and he will stay in earth in the judgment day for 40 days only, and then he will die. And what peace on me in the day I die mean? I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, death is death. If there's a peace, I mean, what does that mean? So Muhammad, he say things nobody understand, and this is why Muhammad in chapter 5 verse 101 said, "Ask no questions," because verse number 102 it says, "Why not?" Because if you do, you will leave Islam. Mm-hmm. So ask no questions. I say things nobody knows what it means. It's including me. Now, if Jesus is going to come in the judgment day, shouldn't we ask the Muslims why? Why? Mm-hmm. Why not Muhammad? Muhammad is the last prophet. Why Allah did not? Muhammad was killed by poison. Why Allah saved Jesus from a cross? He did not save Muhammad from the poison. So all the questions, the second you ask a question about Muhammad or about Jesus in Islam, everybody go in trouble and they have no answer, and they will say to you, Allah knows best. And this mm-hmm. is the best answer they can give it to you. Allah knows best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, we have a comment from a Muslim here who says the Quran talks about Christians with respect, and it does. I mean, you've got Allah saying that Christians are closest in love to the Muslims. So we've got the Quran talking about Christians with respect. Is that correct, Christian Prince?
Well, the Quran insult the Christians all over, and he say we are mushrikeen, we are the worst of the creatures, we are worse than animals. Allah, he hate us, chapter 5 verse 14. Chapter 5 verse 51, Allah says, take not Christians and Jews as a friends. So when a Muslim he says Quran respect the Christian, that is really funny. So why Allah he will spread hate between us, and why we are the worst of the creatures? And when he say in the Quran, like the Christian and the Jews, they can only friends to each other, and the one who is a friend to the Christian and the Jews, as in chapter 5 verse 51, to the Christian or the Jews, he is unjust and he is a bad person. He is evil doer. So when a Muslim says Quran respect us, show us where. I want to see that. Mm-hmm. And you know, the Muslim, what they do, they show you verses Muhammad he said in the beginning of his life. Mm-hmm. Like in chapter 5 verse 69, Muhammad, he says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَالَّذِينَ هَادُوا وَالصَّابِئُونَ وَالنَّصَارَى, etc. Those who believe and those who they are Jews and Sabi and Nasara, they will go to heaven. This is in the beginning. But later Muhammad, he says, in chapter 5 verse number 72, the same chapter, just a few verses after, kuffar, they are kuffar, those who say Allah, he is the Messiah, the son of Mary. So he called us kuffar. In chapter 5 verse number 82, this is the verse he is quoting for us. This is a verse not saying that we are good, no. You see, look, Muhammad, we mentioned like the guy who asked about he want to talk about Christian sect. Muhammad, he was trying to what they call it, divide and conquer. So chapter 5 verse 82, he was saying, oh, the Christians are close to us, the Jews are the enemy. So he was trying to say to the Christians, don't worry, I'm going to kill the Jews only. And later, after he finished with the Jews, he switched to the killing the Christians. The chapter of the Tawbah actually happened after he killed all the Jews, not before. He finished with the Jews and he finished with all the enemies, and suddenly he came with the Tawbah 9:29 says, fight those who don't believe in Allah. He meant specifically the Christians, and he decided to attack the Roman in Tabuk.
Yeah, and so everyone, when you're looking at Quran verses and you think, oh, that sounds nice, so you have to kind of try and piece those together in order. When Muhammad starts out as a prophet, it was, according to him, it's, hey, I'm Muhammad and the Muslims are with the Jews and we're with the Christians. It's all of us monotheists together against the polytheists, the idolaters. And then he moves to Medina, the Jews reject him, and then, hey guys, it's me, the Muslims, and the Christians, and we're together against the Jews and the polytheists. They're the enemies here. And then by the end, as Christian Prince pointed out, it's fight everyone. It's Islam versus everyone. So my Muslim friends, that may work with, your Christian friend down the street. If you're talking to Christian Prince, you're not gonna pull off the Quran talked about Christians with respect. It's just not gonna work here. So get a better position.
David,
yeah.
What about to say to him, I want to say to you, you are kafir. Let us see what he will do. Let us say, I'm going to say to you, you are najis. Isn't it Muhammad? He says that the Christian, the Jews, all who don't believe in Allah are najis. Najis means filthy, dirty. So if I call you najis now, is that respect? I mean, they say silly stuff. Those things can work with those who do not know. Yep. Don't try those tricks with us. You have no idea you are talking to who.
Yep. Here's a good one. Christian